look at what GAMP5 second edition says about quality. And GAMP5 second edition has a lot to say about how you can actually bring these two seemingly separate worlds together. So the team needs to be multidisciplinary and is responsible as a whole for delivering to time and quality. And the emphasis in here is mine. Quality has to be on board and included as an integral part of your agile team. This approach builds the necessary understanding between quality and development and allows for the necessary quality input and approval during each sprint.
And engaging the quality early in that, you're gonna, we like John said, we often pass on to quality once development's done in the waterfall approach. And so quality feels like they're the department to know, they have to verify you did everything that you're expected. And there's going to be resistance from some of the IT folk, but pull your quality in early. Let them see what you do so that they actually can get that feeling. They know what they're doing. They actually have a state of control over these things.
Yes, you're exactly correct, Stephen, and we'll touch on that state of control in a few bullet points here. This one, again, and I recognize that we're picking on the quality folks, but keep in mind, Stephen and I are both from quality backgrounds as well as IT. In Agile, having a full set of requirements at the start is not possible nor desirable. So Agile approaches are predicated on responding to change, including new requirements discovered along the way. Validation is dependent on a discrete set of requirements. These are not, as they seem, contradictory. The scope of a PI or the MVP is known at the onset, as well as the scope of any specific sprint. Epics, features, user stories, whatever you're looking at, and even possibly requirements have been developed prior to the start and should include acceptance criteria that all parts of the team, including quality, agree to. That's key to ensuring that your deliverables are being developed and meeting quality standards along the way. Along with this, the corollary of not having a full set of requirements is that organizations must start any program with a quality mindset, and the minimal regulatory and quality requirements are included as part of your MVP. It doesn't mean that these requirements need to be completed or developed first, but it also doesn't mean that you should just leave them all to the very last sprint before you go live. That's a little bit of the water fragile approach that we were referring to earlier. It's intended to ensure that a compliant system is developed, that all participants recognize the necessary quality standards to be met and plan appropriately while maintaining insight and balance on potentially competing priorities. The key to this is that both the product owner and the responsible quality manager will need to be aligned and vocal about this need, that you have to have your quality related functions as part of your MVP. Trying to overlay traditional documentation approach presents a significant barrier, potentially introducing risks and non-compliances. This doesn't mean that all documents are unnecessary. A validation plan, validation summary report are critical deliverables of any successful system validation, waterfall or agile. These documents help to set the stage for what approach will be taken and provide context around the process, approvals, and production of the other validation deliverables. Use these documents to describe exactly how validation is being performed as part of your agile process. A tool can provide embedded automatic traceability without the need to create and manually maintain a separate trace matrix document. I am, as I said in my bio, a huge proponent of tools and using technology to help solve business problems. Trace matrices are a great example of where tools can really provide just drastic productivity gains. Nobody does paper-based agile. Nobody has a sprint plan that they've written down on paper. If you're using Kanban boards, maybe you are still using sticky notes, but you're likely using a tool. Most companies use one or more tools to manage the process. Unfortunately, many companies, as we know, still do paper-based validation or document-based validation. GAMP is clear that there should be a reliance on a controlled process and visible information rather than physical or electronic documents. Siemens Polarian is a good example of a tool which can help move companies away from documents to a data-centric view of your validation, and it also provides industry-leading agile management capabilities within a single platform. And then finally, for Agile, testing is always performed with the sprint. This seems obvious. Developers do unit and integration testing during a sprint, and a sufficiently developed Agile approach ensures that the necessary validation testing is also performed. This gets back to the need, as we said earlier, for acceptance criteria that's been agreed to by all parties, including business owners, process owners, quality approvers. Everyone needs to agree on what the acceptance criteria is, so you're hitting those